Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Cox. I'm a member of the Netcapital team. Please allow one moment while everybody settles in. Thanks. All righty, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome again. Today, I'm so excited to welcome Hillary Joy Diaz and Daniel Diaz with Stomp. Before we dive in, a couple of quick housekeeping items. As always, this company is actively raising capital on the Netcapital platform. I'm going to add a link to that into the chat, or you can go directly to netcapital.com/companies/stomp-technique. You can click the link, or you can go to Netcapital and search Stomp, S-T-O-M-P. Please do use the Q&A feature built into Zoom. I know there's also a chat function, but Q&A makes it so much easier to track all the questions as they come in, and we really want to get to as many of them as possible. And please do engage with the Q&A. We do want to keep this interactive. So with all that being said, please join me in welcoming Stomp to the stage. Come on in, Hillary. Tell me a little bit about what you're building with Stomp.
Hi, how are you? Stomp is a manifestation of a great idea and a brilliant solution that happened to occur at the most perfect timing globally. Daniel Diaz, my husband, who is a renowned fitness and dance expert, and myself, who is a global TV shopping host and a self-confessed fitness junkie, had a personal need for a portable, multidiscipline mat. Due to a variety of classes that Daniel wanted to offer in a day, as well as something that I needed that was easy to transport when I traveled, hence multi-purpose, portable, and who knew how much more it would be needed now that the pandemic has led to a global shift to at-home exercise. So we had a problem. We found a brilliant solution. And who knew so many people actually needed the solution too. And based on our global network, from Daniel's clients to my TV connections, we partnered with people who are experts in their field, like Kevin Harrington from the Shark Tank.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, let's dig a little deeper into your team. So tell us a little bit about the rest of the folks on board and share us with your background. I'd love to learn more about your team.
Daniel, the inventor of the Stomp Mat, is a professional dancer, stuntman, actor, trainer, and fitness expert. I'm a product specialist. I had my own factory for 23 years in New York City. I'm involved in branding private label products for numerous brands on global shopping networks and Amazon. Beside that, I've had my own jewelry line on shopping networks where I travel extensively around the world throughout the industry network. I really feel that I can bring a lot to this operationally. Kevin Harrington, the inventor of the infomercial, is a business startup genius. He created As Seen on TV. He's behind such heroes as George Foreman, His Grill, Jack LaLanne, Tony Little, just to name a few. And he was on 176 episodes of Shark Tank and being a mentor and investor on numerous other products behind the scene. Kevin and I have collaborated on many other successful ventures and have a strong work rapport. Steve Mandel is the chairman and CEO of Game Plan Entertainment. He is an attorney. He is experienced agent in contract negotiations, branding, marketing development, licensing agreements, television and radio agreements and development, digital branding, and developing and consulting for companies for branding and marketing. Game Plan is responsible for advising Stomp with regards business plan, brand development, and they also have designed our beautiful website and will continue to update it. Judy Duke is the general manager of TVSN, a shopping channel in New Zealand and Australia. Her background is in merchandising, marketing, and digital marketing. She was the founder of Clifton Studio that provided brands globally. And formerly, she was the VP of merchandising, planning, and merchandising for merchandising operations for QVC UK and L Jewelry, a French corporation with a subsidiary based in Hong Kong. She has been based in 3 continents and worked on global brand transformations for vertical and digital platforms. That's our team.
And a very well assembled and experienced team at that. So for those who aren't as familiar with the health and fitness space, can you tell us about the problem that you guys are solving?
Go ahead, Daniel. Well, you tell them about the problem that you're solving.
The first problem, basically we're solving the old age syndrome of balance. As you age, your memory and your balance kind of stifle. So we've basically knocked the problem out through the Stomp Mat, which is basically utilizing a 5-dot protocol and agility ladder. The 5-dot protocol really is just the 5 dots in the center that helps with your speed, your balance, your agility, and the agility ladder, which encompasses the quickness and even helps with your balance. So you understand how your balance with age shifts from bottom to center to the top, so that as you age, you can always be proactive on stopping improper behavior as we conditioned ourselves through improper behavior.
And now I'd like to say a little bit more for that, because in a world which has rapidly been pushed to home exercise due to the pandemic, there's been a need not only for curated self-help fitness, but a great need for an all-in-one cost-effective solution. People are tired of multiple fitness equipment, especially with everyone working from home. It needs to be universal. Everyone is getting tired of paying for so many apps, which are single discipline, such as yoga apps, dance apps, HIIT, CrossFit, etc. The problem is that there is not one item that can answer this problem unless you spend thousands of dollars or get caught up in contracts, monthly contracts. So the Stomp Mat, with its multidisciplinary options, its color-coded, easy-to-use system, the fact that it can be used by all ages and levels of fitness, together with the latest practical, lightweight, easy to transport, eco-friendly design, means we found an easy, affordable exercise mat, which can motivate and carry through all levels of exercise.
Absolutely. And for those who haven't seen the product, could you, I know you have it behind you there. Is there a way you guys can, so
it's coming at you right now.
And for those at home, you won't be able to appreciate this, but I know that this is incredibly high quality. I know it's a microfiber suede. Is that right? It feels fantastic.
Yes. And it's eco-friendly, it's biodegradable, and you feel like you're stepping on a cushion. I mean, I never thought, Eric, that I'd be working out from home. I was the type of person that went from class to class to class. I would do 2 to 3 classes a day in different areas. I'd run from my core to Soul Cycle and all over the place. I have been working out for the last year and a half from the first prototype of this mat, and I feel like I'm never going to leave the house again to go anywhere, because I do everything from Daniel's mat. It's amazing and so comfortable and easy to clean with just soap and water.
That's fantastic. No, thank you so much for showing us and giving us that background. And for those who, and I know you guys took a very thoughtful approach to the psychology of exercise with the colors and the dots. Can you go into a little bit about the primary colors and how that fits in with your program?
Yes. As we all know, primary colors from the time we're an infant, they hang the little thing above your stroller with the primary colors. It's proven scientifically to stimulate the hippocampus, which is in charge for your memory. It gets your brain synapses firing. It gets it's able also to help memory. And this person by brain scientist, he's had his own TV show, by the way, last night. His name is Daniel Amen, proves that through types of choreography and repetitive motion through color coordinated choreography, you can actually prolong the hesitance of memory loss and continue with the strong memory and motor skills and cognitive motor skills throughout, your life. Regardless of how old you get, you're always able to have a strong memory and function and move as you would today, as we all, like to move as though we were still kids, able to tumble and roll and get back up.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really important part of your story. So thanks for adding to that. And I know for those who haven't visited the offering page yet, you definitely should. There's more information there. There's a link in chat. But STOMP actually stands for Sound, Touch, Optimized Memory, and Precision. And so it's a lot more than just an exercise mat. There's really the connection between the mind and the body going on here.
Yeah, my philosophy is total awareness through body alignment. And like Eric was just saying, it stands for Sound, Touch, Optimized Memory, Precision. And total alignment, is key factor in keeping your balance in everything you do. So as you age and move around, you want to understand really what your alignment is doing, and so that you don't compromise your range of motion and slip and fall of wherever it is that you may be.
Absolutely. Going back to the business case here, continuing along with our questions, can you tell us how big is the market for your product?
Okay, the whole world is exercising, especially now. This mat goes across all global boundaries and has no language barriers. The color-coded system is backed by cognitive science, which is universal. The exercise mat business in 2021 is $11.7 billion and expected to rise to $15.2 billion by 2026, Eric. So that's just the mats. So now, more than ever, exercise mats will be used and utilized by people who are working out from their homes or going to class, but bringing their own equipment.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's interesting here is the application is not just for yoga, but also for high intensity interval training. I know HIIT has been really growing, especially in the US market. Physical therapy and professional athletes can all benefit. So kind of all stages of the athletic journey, you can use this mat.
Okay, so now, speaking of physical therapy, David Anders, who is also, for anyone that you can see him on the website giving his endorsement, he owns Spears Physical Therapy, which has over 20 places in Manhattan. He is training all of his injured sports people on it and all of his older patients on it. This mat is also being used, I can't say the professional athletes' children, but the children from ages 4 to 13 just get on this mat and know what to do. Daniel has one person who's very big and I can't say her name either, but she's an older woman. He's been training her for over 3 years. When he first started training her, she could hardly move. Now she's in our classes dancing on the mat in the vineyards, and we are so proud of her. She is so happy. She has come such a long way. So you have endless, ageless, timeless. Ages 4 to 100 can use this mat, and you can do it for yoga. I do it for core bar. Daniel originally invented this, don't laugh anyone, to teach me how to dance, because he wanted to keep me in my square, because Daniel is a professional dance. He's won so many competitions and he's choreographed so many groups, but he wanted me to stay in my square and not dance like Elaine from Seinfeld. So this mat crosses all barriers of exercise. We have a professional football player, Carlos Campbell, that's on our team. He does ladder drills. He does, we want to get this everywhere. I know that sounds, really, I don't know, it sounds gutsy, but this mat belongs out there for everyone on the planet.
I love it. Yeah, ambitious, and that is good. That's good. Good to see on the team, that passion and that ambition. Continuing along here, though. So, what is the revenue model? How does Stomp make money?
Okay, so our initial phase will be going from B2C, from business to consumer, through our website, through social advertising, social media blitzes, through Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, along with influencers. After that, our next avenue will be business to business. That would include retail stores such as sporting goods stores, brick and mortar, advertising online. But what I'm really excited about, Eric, is that we can be used for private labels, for sports teams, dance clubs, and college teams. This is a massive opportunity, and one in which Steve Mandel specializes. Then there are other avenues also, which will be TV shopping and live TV retail, such as social media adverts. Here, the margin is higher, but the on costs and updating of the website and Google are also higher. This shall do in tandem with our first option.
Thank you. And I think the licensing opportunity, Steve Mandel is definitely an expert in that space. And I think the opportunity to have some really cool co-branded mats, I think that is exciting. And I know, Daniel, you are an expert and you've created a lot of content for these mats, and people can visit your website and see that. Is there an extra fee to access the lessons that you put on, or is the plan to be that if you own the mat, you're able to access the videos without charge?
Yes, so far as it stands right now, you are able to access all types of fitness routines free if you have the mat. Later on, we're developing an app to where you'll be able to subscribe on to the website personally, so that you'll able just to have at the ready on your phone without having to, go through the long process of having to look up the website itself and find different things there. The app will have the time you want, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, which right now I personally am looking and developing right now. So it will be free. So if you have the mat, it will be free to the people who have the mat.
And also we're doing a mass shooting of instructional videos right now. And also on our website, we have just launched something called the Vault. Go into the Vault and see many different videos. Also on YouTube. You can also see it on Stomp on YouTube and also on our website. If you click into everything that says learn more, watch more, besides the Vault, you'll really get a very good feel for this mat.
That is great. I'm actually going to go ahead and add a link directly to your website into the chat for those who might want to visit and those who are following along. It's
and the video vault is being updated continuously.
Great. So I just added it, thestompmat.com. And I know you guys, excuse me. I know, Daniel, you're a perfectionist. I know you guys created several versions of this, and you weren't satisfied with the color, and you needed to make sure that the color was the way it's supposed to be. And I love that story. But can you tell us a little? I do. I think it's a testament to how important quality is to your team. I think that's really good.
Okay, so this mat has been in development via me being tortured by Daniel for the last 4 years, okay? The blue isn't the right blue. The yellow isn't the right yellow. This is primary colors, Hillary. The material is the wrong color. We have gone through 3 manufacturers. The last one during the pandemic has turned into the best manufacturer ever, but we had to wait a year to get this first initial shipment in. So, I mean, Daniel is, I mean, I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. I don't know how he became, I mean, it didn't matter to me about the other color blue, but you know, Eric, what we went through.
More importantly than the colors, the
Oh.
mat itself is biodegradable, made from tree sap. It's hypoallergenic. So if you're allergic to inks and dyes, worry not. You will not have any rashes breaking out. It's all been, like my wife says, thoroughly thought out and approved by me. I've done a wear and tear. I've done my Q&A on it.
It's seriously been researched, and I've seriously been tortured, and so have our manufacturers. Okay,
It's time has
it's
come.
finally here.
Yeah.
We have the first 1,000. Okay, it's finally here.
Very durable, very soft.
Yeah, I really like that story again, because I do love the attention to detail and your commitment to quality. And but you, like you said, the mats are ready. The version is ready to ship out. So can you tell us a little bit more about your progress so far, and any future major milestones?
We have already invested and done so much legwork in this mat. The mat has been designed as well as prototypes, tested, and we just received delivery, as you know, of the first production. We knew the first production was to seed the product onto influencers and key personalities' hands. We have already had meetings with the first few shopping channels and distributors for brick and mortar online retailing in the US. In parallel, we're working to finalize a contract with a social media agency that specializes in startup brands so that we can push the product and get it noticed. The next step will be to approach the larger stores and retailers globally. But this is the reason we are needing an investment, as we need to make sure we have enough financial backing for the second run of production and additional advertising and marketing research.
Fantastic, fantastic. No, I think that's a ton of progress. Congratulations on that success so far, and some really, really exciting milestones to look forward to. We're getting closer towards the end of our programming here, so I do want to remind all of the participants on the line here, you can go directly to the link that I added into chat, where you can go to the offering page for Stomp Technique. You can learn more, and of course, you can invest. But for those who have come and do not have access to that link, it is netcapital.com, and you can search Stomp. You can go directly to netcapital.com/companies/Stomp-Technique. So I want to remind everybody that's exactly where you could go and learn more. But let's keep the party going here. So where do you see, without, there's a lot of uncertainty in growing a business, but where do you see a potential exit for investors?
Good question, Eric. Our exit strategy will take about 3 to 4 years to merge or to sell to a big player. That's how I see it. That's how our partners see it. And I mean, we're so excited to launch this finally and to get it out there. But what is a more perfect time than right now, Eric, during the pandemic, when everybody is needing to exercise and everyone is needing their own equipment? This is not $1,000 machine. This is $100 all-in-one exercise mat that can conquer anything. I know, because I've lost 20 pounds on it since the pandemic began.
Congratulations for that progress. I mean, I know a lot of people would love to come out of the pandemic better than they went into it. And so I think the idea of being able to capitalize on people's working out at home, I think that makes a bunch of sense. For those who are unfamiliar, can you talk about any of the players that might be in the space? What does the competitive landscape look like
I can do that. There is one mat I don't know, am I allowed to say the name?
Probably not.
Okay,
You could, but
there
you
is
could
only
leave it out.
one other mat, okay? It's more money than ours. It is made out of rubber that gets damaged very easily, and it just has 4 grids. So you can try to memorize your balance and your positioning. I tried it and I couldn't stand it. And that's not because that I am prejudiced toward our mat, because that is the only player. So the travel mat of that one is 120, and the regular size mat, which ours is 24 by 72 standard, is $155 for a piece of rubber that has 4 lines going through it. That is the only other thing, and it has no comparison to Daniel's mat at all. Eric, can I ask you one question?
Sure.
You own the mat.
Absolutely.
You work out on the mat. Can you tell anybody how you feel about it, since you personally work out on it, and so does your mom and brother?
Yeah, so I was grateful to be able to have my own personal experience with the mat. I think one of the things that I wish the attendees could really appreciate is the quality. That's the first thing you notice as soon as you take it out of the packaging.
Thank you.
It's just you feel it, and I think it is that microfiber suede. And of course, I'm particularly, I am biased here. I love you guys. I love all of our companies. But even more than that, as a yoga enthusiast, as somebody who tries to keep moving and exercise, it has been so comfortable to be able to have the right amount of like kind of fluidity on the mat without feeling like you're slipping or falling. I think you guys did a fantastic job.
Oh, that's right. Also, because the bottom of it, the biodegradable, the rubber bottom is traction unlimited. It's like you could go skiing with that on the bottom of your après ski and walk off and never slip on the ice. You made a perfect point that I forgot to make. Thank you, Eric.
Oh, no, my pleasure, my pleasure. And I know you guys spent some time during the preparation with some protections. I know you trademarked the name and logo, but is there any intellectual property around the design of the mat itself?
It is trademarked. It has no other intellectual property, but I will find that it would be very difficult. We have also signed a non-compete with our manufacturer, because that's very important. I certainly dare someone to come up with something that took Daniel 5 years to get to perfection, knowing what a perfectionist he is and what a gymnast he is, an expert dancer, expert fitness. I don't think I know anybody else like him that could come up with this. And I can tell you one thing, before the pandemic really started kicking in, last summer, I went to a yoga in the Vineyards in the Hamptons where we live that I'd been going to for 25 years. The owner of it never paid any attention to me. All of a sudden, he was standing around me saying, wow, this mat has changed your balance. It has changed everything that you have been doing. You have perfect stance now. I can't get over it. So I really dare anybody else to have the knowledge Daniel has and to come up with something like this. Even if they could come up with it, they can't do what he can do on it.
Yeah, no, I think those are really good points. And I'm so happy to hear about your kind of your journey during the pandemic with the mat. Congratulations on that personal successes in using the product. I feel like we might have glossed over Daniel's background a little bit. I know there are a ton of cool things that really kind of inspired you to get to this point. And so maybe that's a good opportunity for us to start to wrap up. Can we go a deeper dive into your background, and then we'll conclude with closing remarks about why it is the right time to invest.
Tell them, Daniel?
Basically, my background started as a child for love of dance. Then it went to gymnastics and martial arts. And then it grew into stunt work. I moved to New York when I was 23. I became one of the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I was the blue guy. It really opened a lot of doors for me, and it keeps opening doors for me. So I tend to, I use it a lot whenever I can. It's really, opened other avenues and windows to people that I would have not met, who actually helped my knowledge grow of things that I didn't know that were really are now key essentials and arsenals in my weapon when I come to teach, or whenever you see the mat, you'll know that a lot of knowledge of just about everything you can think of, from dancing to stunt work, is inside this mat. So whether you're practicing eye-hand coordinations or foot drills or anything that you can think of, really, you can basically utilize and understand better on the mat using understanding of central alignment, and just really, I like to figure out and play things with it. To this day, I've yet to discover limitations on what you can really do on the mat. There's so many possibilities. It's a Rubik's Cube of different ideas and creations that you can do on your own and create, as well as with the other programs that you'll have at your fingertips through Stomp at the stompmat.com website.
And can I say one more thing about the alignment? I never had alignment. That was the word I was looking for, that I was told I never had better alignment. But even if you're doing someone else's classes, pull the mat out. You will become 1,000 times better. I don't care whose class you're doing, as long as you're doing it on Daniel's mat. Stomp. And also, we plan for the future of a lifestyle brand. He's already designed a whole lifestyle clothing, and anything that you can think of, from bands to cups to backpacks, you name it. Because Stomp was a very hard thing for me to trademark because of the Stomp. The Blue
On
Man
Broadway,
Group
there's a play on New York
Okay.
called Stomp.
So that's why I got a very good lawyer, and it became Stomp Technique. And everybody recognizes Stomp.
So I hope the other 90s babies on the line appreciate being on the call with the Blue Ranger. I think that is particularly special for all of us to enjoy. I obviously was a huge Power Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan. I think most of us were.
It's the blue.
And the blue, it looks good on you still. And so, no, I appreciate going a little bit deeper into your background. I mean, it really kind of tells the story of how you created the product. But bringing it home here, and I guess I'll open this up for you, Hillary. Why is now the perfect time to go to netcapital.com, search Stomp, and join as an investor?
Because I feel that this is one of the best inventions ever. And during the pandemic, which I don't see an ending to, unfortunately, I don't see that it's going to end. And I see that all of my friends, which I have 5,000 of them alone on Facebook, they're all saying they're never leaving their house again to work out. This mat, even when you travel, Eric, it fits into a backpack. It folds so easily. It's 5.6 pounds. It fits into a 22-inch carry-on bag. It takes up no room. It is versatile. You can use it for anything, anywhere. It's all about the pandemic. Maybe this is the reason that it took so long for Daniel to approve it and everything that went along, because now is the time for this mat. Now is the time for the investment, because I feel that this is going to be one of the best pieces of equipment that you'll ever have in your entire lifetime. So please do invest. Even if it's the minimum investment, you will really feel good about it. And in the end, you'll really make money from your investment.
Healthy mind, a healthy body.
Perfect way to bring it home. Thank you so much for that. And also, Daniel, thanks for that demo on how it packages up so neatly. It really does fold up quite nicely. And so I want to thank, obviously, our participants for coming. Thank you for your questions. Hillary and Daniel, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Thank you for coming and telling us more about Stomp Technique. This has been recorded and it will be uploaded to the Netcapital YouTube account. I just added a link to that into the chat for those of you following along at home. But thank you so much for joining us. Hillary, Daniel, always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Likewise.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.